Okay, y'all, real quick. So I got a message from someone who was like urgently wanting to send me money to make a prediction as to what was going to happen with her as far as the eclipse goes. And I just want to say I do not do predictions. Let's just get that out of the way. So whenever it comes to astrology, and what I do is looking at people's behaviors as to why they do what they do, why they like what they like, and why certain things are happening in their life at the moment that they are happening. As in, like, if you just went through a divorce, if you just had a child, if you were just going, like, moving or something like that, like, I can look at what is happening currently in your life and then explain to you why it's happening that way. And then possibly, of course, the energies that might be present in a few days, in a few weeks. But whenever it comes to you know, making these videos, I know a lot of people, a lot of astrologers make content surrounding predictions. Like you'll see April predictions, May predictions. And I just feel like, and no shade to anybody who does this, but I feel like it's just very gimmicky. It's all for clicks because you will get a lot of views. You have to stop and think. These people are talking about 12 different signs, and there are what they tell us like 7 billion people. Do you really think that it's going to resonate with everyone who is an Aquarius, everyone who's a Sagittarius, everybody who's a Scorpio? Like, these predictions are extremely general, extremely vague, and I have, of course, tuned into a lot of them just to see, of course, what they're saying. And then I look at my own life, and a lot of times it doesn't resonate. So I don't feel like I should waste my time telling somebody, oh, this might happen, this might. Because we're not looking at the entire chart. We need to look at the entire birth chart and see how that affects you. Because a lot of times people do tune into these videos. And of course, it doesn't mean that the astrologer doesn't have any insight as to knowing how to read a chart, an individual one, but to make generalized predictions, I don't do that. One, first of all, you're not finna make me look like a fool and say, you told me this and this didn't happen. I don't do that. I don't do that at all. I never tell anyone at all, like, this is what you should do, because I feel like as an astrologer, as a human being, and as someone who knows this at a much deeper level, like your life is going to play out how it is supposed to play out. It is not for me to intervene and try to point you in 1,000 different directions. It's for me to tell you, hey, this is why this is happening, and then help you understand other people, other people's alignment, your own journey, and then how to navigate through that. So, if you're looking for somebody to tell you, and I have had a few people who've had court cases and, things like custody and things like that, which I don't mind doing these things, but I will tell you up front, there is no yes, no, this will happen, this won't happen. I don't do those things. I tell you this is the energy that is present within your chart, within your transits, and then these are the two ways that it can go based on, again, the sign, the placement, the house, things like that. So I just want to make that very clear. I'm not here to just take your money and to say, oh, well, she's gonna throw me some money if I just say whatever. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I don't do that. So, if you, again, are somebody who would like to get your own chart interpreted just in general, I would love to do that. If you're going through something, I do have several readings to do, which everyone is dealing with the exact same thing with the exact same alignment. It's just kind of crazy to see when this stuff happens, like just again, synchronized, mathematically aligned, like everyone going through the exact same thing. It's kind of crazy. Oh, y'all, but let me tell y'all really quick. And if you follow me on social media, you probably already heard this story, but something crazy happened yesterday. I think yesterday, I don't even know what today is. Anyways, so yesterday I went to this new spiritual store that opened up, like 20 minutes away from me. And I walk in, and the only person who is there is the cashier and me, whatever. So we're making small talk. I'm looking around. And as I'm looking around, another girl comes in and she's like, hey, so again, it's just three of us in the store. She's like, hey, just came in here. I saw this place on Instagram and I just wanted to take a look around. Something, told me to come here, that I should come here. Spirit told me to come here. And so I was just like, okay. And so she's looking around and she starts talking to the cashier. And then she's like, yeah, I'm just going through a lot in life. And I my birthday's in February. And I was like, oh, me too. And then the cashier goes, oh, me too. And then we were like, what? That's so crazy. All of us are Aquarians. Like, that's so crazy. And so as we're talking, I start, talking to them about what I do. And I was like, oh, I'm an astrologer. And it's like, oh, yeah, I want to learn this, whatever. And the cashier was like, yeah, I really want to learn, but I just can't concentrate enough to like really sit and study it. And I was like, well, can I take a look at your birth chart? And she was like, sure. And so I look at it, I ask her a couple questions, and she's like, yeah, that's true. And then the other girl, she kind of overhears, and I guess she's, interested as well. And she's like, yeah, I want to learn too. And I'm like, okay, well, can I take a look at your birth chart? And so I look at it, and then I look at the time that she was born, and then I remember the time that the cashier was born, and I was like, oh my gosh, y'all, like we're all born on the same minute mark. Like imagine if you were in a place where you're born at 1:53 and then the next person's born at 2:53 and 3:53 and 4. Like, what are the odds of that? And the reason why I bring that up is because I wanted to say that everything in your life is already mathematically designed for you, meaning every step you take, every place you drive, everywhere you go, whether it is planned or unplanned, it is actually planned. Because this girl who came in, she was going through something, and I was like, how old are you? And then she told me, and then I was like, well, usually around this age, you will deal with XYZ. I don't know these people. And she was like, oh my gosh, yes, that just happened to me. And then the other girl, of course, wanting to learn, and she is within the same, like, she was like 2 years younger, 3 years younger. Again, going through the same thing. It is insane, y'all. The more and more we are starting to wake up, and I truly believe that this eclipse was like an awakening for people because everyone's on the internet, everyone's looking at information, and now people are starting to be like, hold on, like what is astrology? And if, these, religious people are saying this about this day and it didn't happen, then why didn't it happen? And what are we really believing in now? And so everyone's kind of going through this like mini psychosis now, but I just wanted to say that astrology is just so amazing to me. Like when you really, really study it and learn it, like I'm just like, oh my gosh. So again, don't do predictions, but I will let you know what energies are present in your life and why they're happening at a specific time. Okay. So if you'd like a more in-depth analysis of your chart, you want to know what's going on in your life, you don't know what the if you're looking at whenever you look at a birth chart, go ahead and hit me up, let me know. Let's get it done because I just want to tell you why you like that. Okay, I will see y'all on the next video. Don't know what it's going to be yet, but if y'all got some ideas, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Bye.